Evening, folks. Welcome to twitch.tv/Goblet Games. Genuinely had a moment there. I was like,
You forgot where you were.
it's written on the screen in front of me. Goblet Games. I shake my fist. Good evening, folks. How are you? Hope you are well. We're here and we're going to play some Coriolis. We are 32 sessions into the middle of the book. Not the whole book, just the middle of the book. So feel like I'm getting my 30 quid out of this.
Oh, yes.
What an excellent way of looking at it. Yes, it's now less than £1 per session. Value has been achieved.
I know. I often wonder, like, you know, when you see some stuff and it's like, oh, it cost me 40 quid for the core book and then another 30 quid, so that's 70 quid. I think just in this middle section, we're on like about £2 a session. That's fair, isn't it? That's all right.
At least it hasn't just sat on the shelf, right?
Yeah.
Who would do such a thing?
Who would still have their One Ring in shrink on the shelf?
No,
Who would have that?
Oh, that is best. I've used my One Ring. At least there's that.
like definitely got the value from Dragon Eye.
Oh yeah, Dragon High
That's
Beetle and
over
Grimbox.
12
That's down to
sessions
about
at
like
this point.
12p. Definitely done that a couple of times.
Yeah, I couldn't at least.
Yeah,
I love Dragon.
it's a good campaign, Dragon Heist. Like this is a good campaign. Let's go back to space. Look, there we are. Coriolis, Mercy of the Icons, Part 2. The Last Cyclade, Part 2. No, The Last Cyclade, Act 2. The Curse of Russia, Part 3. Is it really? Yeah, maybe.
Mercy Cuddles. Isn't that what we say?
Covenant of
Covenant of
Snuggling.
Cuddles.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
But yeah, we're playing Coriolis, and how are you, Ben? Let's go anti-clockwise tonight instead of.
Oh, anti-clockwise. I shaved my head. Yay!
Whoop.
It's been so hot. You know, I actually took the time to groom myself rather than looking like I dragged myself here through a hedge.
That's what my mum used to say to me when I was small. Look like you've been dragged by a hedge.
That must have been like
Those
a common
days are long in the
pastime.
past.
Good to hear you're keeping up with the heat. That's formidable.
I'm a reptile person. I'm good at heat.
Oh, nice. Is Shanaz good at heat?
Yes, because she's already hot.
Oh yeah, of course.
Say, yeah.
I don't know. My brain is obviously everywhere tonight because my next thought in my head was we're going to the bar and to buy Heat magazine. No? Does anybody else remember that advert? It's very British. Sorry, folks. Going to London. Okay, moving on. How you doing, Graham? You've been working in a different part of the house than me.
Yes.
Banished.
No, just
I mean,
phone calls can't happen at the same time.
Mutual sanity.
Yeah.
maybe, but yeah, I think people are trying to have like phone calls at the same time. Plus, I sort of spend the morning like wandering around for one, and I like to not spend my whole day in the same place. Yeah, it's more exciting that way. That was facetious, just in case that did not come across.
Life on the edge.
Life on the edge
Yeah.
of home working.
Like in the lunchtime, I put a t-shirt on that says Rebel and go upstairs.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, I don't even iron it.
Oh,
Odd socks.
Only they knew.
Only.
That's right.
If only. And does Silsilla wear matching socks or odd socks?
I think Silsilla has kind of got much greater concerns on his mind at the moment, as like murdering a whole village of people, good, but also actually maybe these people aren't nice people, and in fact the exact opposite of nice people. So yeah,
and actually, we're saving the village by only murdering 8 people.
I mean,
Because
yeah,
if we murder 8 people, then it means that the Draconites don't orbitally bombard the site.
Before we leave.
As you were trying to escape, yeah.
Yeah, that
Wait.
I suspect is probably.
Pete, have you been
planned in.
reading the book? No.
we have met a Draconite.
Would I do such a thing?
We have met a Draconite. He was hanging out on a crappy moon.
Well,
Yep.
it's more than putting a bomb on our to him.
He did do that. He did bribe someone to do that, yeah. He did.
Yeah.
And then murder the guy bride.
And I was about to say, and then Shanaz is pretty certain he murdered the person at the other end. Previously on Coriolis Mercy of the Icons Emissary Lost Part. No.
That was only about 47 episodes ago,
I know,
right?
it was only in the first act.
Bolas.
We haven't
Bolas.
That was less than 20 sessions, surely.
It's a tenner.
With our rate of progression, I'm not sure.
How are you, Pete? We haven't asked. You good? You well?
Yeah, I'm good. Nothing to complain about this week.
Good.
You know, work. It's
That's
not
like the
so
most
warm.
English thing ever, isn't it?
Nothing this week.
Mustn't grumble.
Yeah. Yeah. No, looking forward to a bit of space.
Bit of space. Excellent. Good.
Hell yes.
How is Yusuf?
He's slightly concerned they're about to murder a bunch of nice people, but he is aware that there's weird stuff going on.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, if it's like super creepy weird stuff, he's also had a vision
Mm-hmm.
of a tomb underground somewhere where there's horrible, dodgy alien effigies and things. So
Mm-hmm.
he is like, maybe some of them need to be dealt with, but I want to have a look in that.
Go and poke it with a stick.
It feels like morally we're almost on the page about we are the bad guys, but you're the bad guys. Like, not happy about being the bad guy, but you know.
I don't think we're the bad guys. I think there is it. That's too reductive. Like, good, bad.
We'll see. I mean, we are not
I'm
doing
going with
nice
chaotic
things.
neutral right now. So.
Yeah. Plus, we're absolutely kind of under a lot of pressure to do this. Like, if we don't, we'll probably get
We'll
murdered.
get murdered.
So
Yeah, it's great.
That's the world's worst pip, isn't it?
It's a lovely club.
Like, you know, performance plan of do it or get murdered.
yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, you're rated green or dead.
Pretty much. That's how the Covenant and Cuddles works. So yeah, we are on the planet Ordana, in a village in the Valley of Death, surrounded by death spiders and other creatures. In a small village that is a group of settlers who are doing proprietary bio-sculpting, agri-sculpting, genetic modification of both plants and wildlife to reclaim part of this planet. The Covenant of the Merciless, who are the Alarm's Temple, the Order of the Pariah, and who's our other
Still
friend?
not
Us.
happy about the pariah.
The dragon guy.
The Draconites, yeah.
Yeah.
Have all come together to in one swoop, and I believe the time is now. You've got about a day left for when you're supposed to enact your strike of wiping
Yay.
out 8 members of the cult. I was going to say Cult of the Dragon, but it's the
Even 3 each. I mean,
yeah, the Nassarim.
What is-
We can math. Yeah, there's 8.
there's 8 of them.
Yeah.
Less than 3 each.
And boom, that one.
Yeah. Whoever's
What's
done first.
Right, so 2.7 each.
Sounds good.
Whoever's
We
done
can quite
first.
kill someone together, maybe. Also, how are we on the side of the fire?
I don't like it any more than you do.
Literally broke into.
We
the
hate those
building to
guys.
Try and rescue it, abandoned after their experiments on them.
Well, if Silsila had paid attention to the interpretive dance correctly, way back a couple of sessions ago, the Order of the Pariah and Alarm's Temple originally got together to wipe out
Oh,
the
yeah,
Nastarim
yeah.
sacrifice, the cult we are hunting down.
So it's
Sure.
the one thing they agree on,
Mhm.
but they
Yeah.
didn't finish it. So they kind of feel embarrassed about it and have to come back and do the job properly.
Like, about. I have to say, actually, thinking about it, that maybe Alarm's Temple is all knowing, because really they should have aimed the dance at us and not expected us to be on their level.
Or just, like,
Tell
write it
us.
down.
Yeah,
Tell us.
Yeah.
No,
Some kind of telenovela, maybe.
that's too
I
gauche.
could have got into that.
You couldn't
I
do
know.
that. That's too
I know.
gauche.
I know.
I
Just
know.
string me along, one murder, one episode. I'd just be all in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're on this planet. We've been given these 8 names. We got arrested. There was a judgment by the town sort of judge, I guess he is, a previous courtesan whose name is on the list of 8 people that we need to
Panud.
Bernard.
yeah, Panud Lel,
Not Panda. I keep thinking it's Panda, but he's not a panda.
not a
I mean,
panda.
we could-
I mean, he's more of a
Oh my
silver
god, that'll
fox
make it
than
so
a
much
panda.
harder.
It would. Well, I don't know. See, if he was a panda, he'd have self-euthanized by
Yeah,
now. They're
true.
You
useless
wouldn't have to
animals.
worry.
Be an easy target.
Whilst we were in prison waiting for our judgment, a creepy girl came and said, "I will help you.
prison.
Yeah, I will help you if you help me, because I don't want to be here with all my other creepy folk." And then,
But we're still not sure about whether or not she is also Nazarene,
hmm
or whether she wants out of the Nazarene, in which case it would actually be beneficial to take her with us, because then we might get the lowdown
She's-
skinny on their inside stuff.
I think she is what you were pretending to be, right?
What, a documentary maker?
No, like there's something extra weird about her.
Oh, there is, yeah, but I don't think it's that. I reckon she's unfortunately got the Mystic's disease, and they're using her as a tool. And they're like, "Oh, go on, have another cool vision of the future where we win."
Well,
She's
magic
like,
eight ball
"I don't
child.
wanna."
I'm a teenager.
Yeah.
The village were not without mercy. They didn't just evict you into the wood, into the death jungle that's kept at bay by clever planting and an electric fence, or a repurposed displacement field, at least. You're given a night at somebody's house, and then tomorrow they're going to take you beyond
We
the
stay out in the forest.
no. They will come and
No,
do
that was
that.
the promise for tomorrow.
Okay.
They will come and do that for you. But tonight you're staying in the village.
Okay.
You've been
Yeah, because you were going drinking with Aziz,
yes,
Yeah,
gonna
the
drink.
worst prison guard.
hmm
cool dude.
Yeah, he's still the others, so the rest of them don't die. And you know, the mum was quite cool as well.
And his mum, she was
Mm.
nice.
She was nice. She was.
She's on the list though. Is she?
No, her
No, her husband's on
her
there.
husband's
Oh.
on the list.
That's cool.
Oh,
that's
whoops.
Yeah.
Oh,
shit.
Oh, she's on the list. No, oh no, sorry.
So yeah, we whilst we were gathering things and waiting around, Yusuf sort of snuck into somebody's mind, and they were talking in an odd language. The doctor and somebody spoke it slightly better than the others, and they're definitely perturbed and confused by the sort of subtle dance moves that Shanaz did. But yeah,
In my mind, it's like that bit where Gandalf speaks the tongue of Mordor,
Mhm.
you know, and they're talking to each other, and I'm like, oh my god, it's horrible. It's like some kind of
definitely a strange tongue that they all seem to fully understand, but some are more fluent than others. Some are more prepared. And easier of use.
The
than
less
others.
sycophantic ones,
Uh-huh.
the guys who've been around the longest, they know it best.
Yeah.
I would probably put them down as perpetrators. I was trying to say perpetrators and instigators together, and the others are just kind of add-ons.
Prinstigators.
Prinstigators, sure.
That's a good word. I like it.
So most of the village is left. It's not a massive village for like adults. There seem to be more and more kids, but mostly it's about 30 or so people over the age of 18. Aziz and his buddies have ran off to sort of arrange party, and you're given like a watched moment or so where you can get up any toiletries and bedding and camping equipment, or that sort of stuff that you might want. But things like the drone, things like your weapons that you've got that you don't have concealed on you, communications devices that you haven't already that are unknown, things like that aren't allowed out your packs. I imagine one of the teenage boys is called back for Shanaz's carry-on, which is probably like 2 suitcases.
And the rest.
And
No,
yeah,
we're roughing it, remember?
Oh yeah, sorry.
It's just a
And I had to
wardrobe
leave a
on
couple
it.
of cases on that sand skiff, Jabba the Hutt sail barge thing back
Mhm.
onto Baron.
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Well, they did give me some more on Mira. Really need to get my hands on one of those fabricators.
yeah. Pop
Yeah,
up
they keep
fabricator.
teasing with that.
But eventually we're sort of moved through this kind of lean-to. It's a bit rough and ready. Like if there is bad weather, it seems like folks move into the ship that they have rather than sleep out here.
Isn't it like a swampy area?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So everything's on stilts. There's like
Yeah, oh, yeah.
walkways and
Yeah.
piers and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But it's it's pleasant kind of weather. We get to like an area, and there are a couple of houses that face onto a pier. And Aziz and folks like wave as the others sort of lead you down. There are children around, like watching you. Like, why has she got so many dresses? Don't she know they're going to get soaked in the fields if she do a rice field? Soaked at the bottom, that kind of
Well,
thing.
I've got extra dresses so I can change into them when this one gets soaked in the rice field.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. Some of them are like, why has he got tattoos on his face? Yusuf has face tattoos, doesn't he? It's like from that kind of stuff. Why has he got tattoos on his face? That's that kind of stuff. All like 1,000 sort of kids
It
questions.
wasn't my idea, kid.
Some of them have got Sharpies out. They're going to start drawing tattoos. But yeah, you're led down into this area.
If they start drawing my tattoos on their own faces, I'm going to knock the pens out of their hands.
Maybe they won't. Just
I mean, you could explain.
Just like,
No.
yeah, don't mark yourself as someone else's property, and I'll walk away.
They're all confused.
But if you colour in your hand,
yeah, black hands everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, this
Explain some about rebellions.
we feel a revolution. So there's these 3 houses around the end of a pier. One of them, that Aziz and his mum, and their dad, Farouk, I think his name is, that they live in, has temporarily sort of been like they're cleared out so the 3 of you can sleep in the same building, sort of afford you a little bit of privacy for all of like a corrugated tin and wood hut on the end of a pier can give you. Aziz points to his mum and dad's room and goes, well, that's for you, Shanaz. And then points to his room and is like, hey, where the guys are going to sleep.
party central.
I'm already crashed on the sofa.
Yeah, and then there's like a small couch and stuff, a dining table, that kind of thing. The house, the home that you've been sort of loaned has things like displacement fields to get rid of any bugs or small creatures that might kind of crawl in. It's got sort of a stove and a shower kind of thing going on, but it's not by any stretch of the imagination luxurious. Probably comparable to like a lower grade ship than yours, like if you would do it, like it's basic kind of stuff. But on the
It's not Caladrina.
no, it's not Caladrina at all.
Yusuf loves it.
Yeah, it's definitely like a home rather than a house though. And on the stove is some sort of meal cooking. And you realize the table that should be in here, Aziz is now dragging outside. He's dragging this table outside. And as you sort of look around, you can see the other 2 houses on the end of this pier. They're doing the same. And they're putting all the tables in the middle of the pier. And they're dragging like chairs and benches and stuff out. Gonna have like everybody's gonna get together at the end of the pier and have some tea, some food, and
Yup, no.
Yub nub.
mhm.
Yeah.
I think Shanaz made sure she brought like drinks and stuff.
Yeah.
Courtesan training means you can't leave without some sort of gift to present should you offend somebody accidentally.
Yeah. Plus the little I'm going to someone's house gift bag full of random tat.
Naz.
Here is a candle. Here's a toy robot. Here's a plastic rocket ship.
We're going on a favorite rocket ship. Shooting through the skies. I can't get it to scan with the name of our ship. Anyway, yeah. So these gifts, you like hand them out. Is there anything like obviously, you're such a courtesan that you would have level gifts for different stations, sort of thing with you. Not a massive amount, but at least is there anybody you like give a better gift to, or is there somebody like you want to single out in the gift giving?
I think Farouk and I've forgotten her name, Aziz's mum.
I don't think we named her. She was just Aziz's mum. She doesn't have a name in the book. Farouk, you will notice, is not here.
Oh, good. Yeah, he'll be at the secret conspiracy meeting plotting our demise.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Let me find a name for Aziz's mum.
I'd really like it to be called Nora.
Nora? Okay.
I only say that because the surname is Norak.
Nora Norak.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sure. So yeah.
Well, she'll get the best present then.
Okay.
Because
The alliteration is fabulous.
Given up her house to us.
Mm-hmm. She's touched. You notice like since she's braided your hair earlier, she has rebraided her hair to match your style. And then as other folk are setting up for tea, one of the small girls who obviously lives somewhere around here, or is at least to come to see where the people in trouble are allowed to have tea, she's braiding her hair in that same kind of style.
That little girl gets a slightly better gift than the other kids as well.
But yeah, folks have definitely taken a bit of a, okay, this is pretty. I think there are about 5 adults here. So you've got Nora and Aziz, and then 2 adults from one of the houses, and 1 adult from the other house. But there's about 10 kids. There's like loads of children. Some of them you gather live here, like with the 2 families that you're sort of sharing with. The rest are from like all over the place. Everybody's come to see, and nobody seems to be
Takes
bothered.
a village.
Yeah, nobody seems to be bothered that all these kids are sort of here and not in their own house, kind of thing. There is no like, you can't have tea with us. You've got to go home and have it at your house. It's like, just tuck in.
Tiny community, quite often like that, aren't they?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, everybody's just, so long as we know the kids are all safe. You could probably stand here and shout up to their house, kind of thing. And food is good. It's all like fresh, like mainly vegetables. And then there appears to be like a bit of sort of, well, you hope it's like prawns or something in it, some sort of shellfish-ish.
Not death spiders.
No, there's no death spiders for tea.
It's definitely an arthropod of some kind.
Yeah, but it's tasty, very flavorful, very good. And then there's other things. There's like a fruit, like a sweet old fruit bowl, sort of handed out.
It's in my pockets.
Just starts getting all the stuff.
Just a couple.
No,
It's
Yusuf
just for
wouldn't
handy
steal from
later.
these people, though, would he?
Well,
Because they're not rich. This is whole
not
salt of
gonna-
the earth thing.
he's not stealing the food, right? It's just he's going to
Saving
eat it, and it's in his pocket. It's not like he's filling up with pineapples or anything.
Fair.
10 pineapples.
Yeah.
Wait,
A couple of
thought we
apples
had
in his
more.
pocket or
Yeah.
something.
I'm going to do that storytelling thing for the kids. In Reign of Fire,
Mm-hmm.
when they're telling the story of Star Wars, it's like a dramatic theatre thing. So I'll tell them recent story that they probably won't have heard, and
Hmm.
courtesan a little bit.
Also, like, it must be part of your Debaran heritage. They love stories out that way.
Mm.
Full on
So
Shanaz the storyteller kicks in.
yeah, a little bit of that. Might even get a little bit of dulcimer out of me if they're lucky.
Ooh. And folks like lap it up after some other after other people on the other side of the town, the village, have obviously eaten their own food and not tried to make this 2 or 3 pots of gumbo, if you will, go too far. They like folks saunter down with like some bring more fruit or some bring juice, and then obviously there's like this sort of fermented alcoholic fruit juice that they've brought. Got a little bit of like a natural fizz to it, and it's a bit like, ooh, okay, let's do this in shots.
Shots.
Yeah, kids falling asleep on other people's shoulders, and kids under the table clearly like stealing things, and that kind of classic sort of evening. Are there any specific shenanigans that you folks get up to during the?
There is something I want to try as an experiment, or Shanaz wants to try as an experiment.
Okay.
She wants to try and visualize having a conversation with that girl very clearly in her mind as something she wants to do and plans to happen.
Okay, so
I don't know if she'll pick up on it or not. Who knows?
The
Like a message in a
no.
bottle looks like a
Yes,
the no, yeah.
for Nur. Yeah, like a message in a bottle. Very strong-willed. If you can hear this, I'm kind of testing to see how good her prescience is to an
Mhm.
extent. So it doubles. It's if she turns up, great.
Mhm.
She can do it. If she doesn't turn up, also great. She's not that good at predicting the future.
Okay, so Shanaz concentrates, focuses.
And I look at Shanaz and say, "Not so loud."
Especially like holding your head after some shots, like no. Shanaz. Okay, so Shanaz is going to concentrate on this meeting, the future meeting with Nur. Silsila, anything up your sleeves?
I'm gonna enjoy the tete-a-tete and see who's watching us.
Okay.
Like, and I don't mean in a look at
Have I
new
pulled?
people, but the dude who hates our guts has got somebody. And
Oh yeah, Torren.
Torren Matouche.
Yeah. Okay. I think this will need to be some sort of role, maybe an infiltration role, maybe.
Ooh.
I can do infiltration if you like. Yeah, that's fine.
Well, yeah, infiltration would be. I guess infiltration would be to
First
like,
infiltration.
yes.
Where would I be?
Who would I be? What would I be doing? In order not to be noticed.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Infiltration is an agility roll.
Oh, is it? Okay. No, make
Yeah.
it observation then.
Okay.
Because I was totally on board with you.
Yeah,
I was thinking, yeah, that's right. It should be infiltration, but it's agility.
Yeah, well, I'm on 4 dice instead of 6 now.
Oh.
I got nothing. In fact, I got 1, 2, 2, 2. So yeah,
1, 2, 2.
I only just made 6 on 4 dice.
Would you like to push your roll?
No, thank you.
What?
Like,
Can we just log that in the video somewhere? The
Yeah.
first time that Graham has not
Twitch
pushed
marker.
his roll.
Twitch mark. Yeah.
well, I mean,
Okay.
there might not be anybody watching us because we're in Deathstalker Spider Valley, so they might just figure we're going
True.
to stay around. They might be hoping we'll try and sneak off somewhere, and I haven't got that great a chance of doing it anyway.
Okay.
We'll just save it for the wild piloting, death murdering.
Sure. And Pete, does Yusuf just like, aside from having the loud assault of Shanaz's, which doesn't, what I mean, like mental experimentation, does Yusuf get up to anything?
I'm trying to. Now, my vision was obviously a room in the ship, right? Or was it just a dark?
No, because it was
room?
sunken. It was
There
a
was-
partly flooded
Yeah, it was
underground
wet.
room.
Yeah, but I couldn't
underground
see
somewhere.
what the wall. Could I see what the walls were? Or was it just seem earthen?
It was. It
It-
reminded you of the butterfly ship, like the interior of the butterfly ship.
Okay,
However,
so it's in something else.
yeah, when we
flooded.
were in the butterfly ship way back some ago,
An episode I actually was not present for.
Yeah.
But yes.
in the episode you didn't do,
Yeah.
Naturally,
My character was there,
Mhm.
but I was not there. Yeah.
when we were doing that, the inside of that ship wasn't like any sort of ship. It was like a TARDIS ship with weird, organic, natural
Sure.
metal formations. It was.
So
it
it's
was.
not in the bottom of the ship. It's going to be somewhere else. I'm going to ask if they go, out and around in the water. I'm going to see if I can figure it.
I get the impression of the labs.
There was
It-
no light.
No, there were
or-
glow globes.
Uh-huh.
There were those sugar globe things, or whatever
Okay,
they
you
are,
picked it
right?
in the lake or
Mhm.
something.
And it's in the lake somewhere, right? So they've parked the ship maybe on top of it. I don't know, but definitely near it, and then found it. So I think in my head, I'm trying to sort of to think, oh, the bit I've looked around, have they built their walkways like in a circle? And there's
Oh.
like is there anything like that going on that,
Like it's a
You
sort
know.
of symbol from above or something.
Oh, okay.
or just like an encircling area, like
We
so
are
there's a
always
zone.
guarding it.
Yeah, kind of thing. I don't know. So I'm just asking around about, oh yeah, cool. Any weird things in the swamp, blah blah blah, trying to be nonchalant and not really giving a crap. But if we're allowed to walk around a bit, or are we staying in the house?
You're on this pier outside.
Okay, so I'll shift to the edges, and have a look, be having a look around, but make it
Mhm.
look like I'm not really that interested in partying. But I'll have a a drink in hand in
too.
case anyone gets friendly.
Yeah. So you walk off a bit. Aziz sort of calls you, and him and two other teenage lads are sort of sat on a pier with their feet not quite in the water. And they've got like a string over the edge, which is obviously got tied to a floating bottle.
Sure.
Kind of thing. Like, we're totally not getting drunk, but also here is our booze that we are secretly floating in the swamp.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Genius.
And they call you over.
Hey guys,
And they're like,
how's it going?
It's good. It's nice to have a party. Like, I know this is not a party. You're just being it's just hospitality before
Don't
you're
worry. I'm not in charge, and I'm not the talent. I'm just the guy with the camera. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
It's nice to stretch my legs outside. Actually, I spent a lot of time on the ship, prepping the gear, getting stuff ready, checking the old footage from the intro. Oh God, we've done a load of like sweeping intro things for Shanaz in different, and then this is the first proper episode, so it's just nice to get out and walk around a bit.
Yeah. They seem like
Although it's I guess you can't sort of go out too far or anything around here. There must be like little bogs and holes and all kinds of stuff.
yeah, there's some places that aren't great. We'll take you out tomorrow. We'll take you to a good place to set up a camp, somewhere you'll be some safe space, because you're good people. You're good people. We don't want you to get eaten by death spiders.
I know, but we also, yeah. I mean, I do want to see the cool stuff, right? Because I am a videographer, right? I do like to capture the right image. I know I haven't got my devices or anything, but still, is there anything cool around here? Anything weird?
They all look really disappointed. They're all like, well, we've mentioned the spiders.
Yeah. Spiders. When I don't want to go and die, right? You told me these spiders are absolutely horrible, so let's not do that.
There's some big, like cat-like things. They crawl around a bit. There's some small.
How big?
And they gesture like maybe twice the size of an earth cat, if we will.
Are they?
And they're like,
They're vicious.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, right.
They eat like smaller rodent-y things. Loads of rodent-y things. Some of them fly, some of them don't. There's like
Sounds fun.
a 4-armed, 2 legs monkey thing.
Okay.
They're a little bit, and they gesture to something that's maybe only like, a foot big. But they're little cute. You can't cat. They can't. They just won't be house trained. Very clever. Just won't stay safe in the village. Break your stuff. Don't try and cat them.
Okay.
Don't.
Yeah.
Like one of the guys is like, no, my sister was heartbroken. No. But there's way out. There's like old sort of bases and old sort of ruins from when I think there was and they talk like back in this sort of like zenny, catchy pigeon kind of thing, and
That's not the same thing that the other guys had, was it?
No.
They spoke like a very different language.
very different.
Yeah.
Like, it was like completely not zenny based, not even
Yeah.
like when Shanaz does her many greetings in case they're from a different, that kind of stuff, wasn't
Yeah,
any
yeah.
of those sort of things. Like, didn't even have
Yeah.
the same sort of.
Thought so. Just checking.
And they have a quick kind of backwards and forwards in this like local language, local mishmash. They go
Mhm.
Portal Wars, ruins, and they gesture like out away. But it's, I mean, if you've got a grav boat or something, like a hover boat, you could probably get out there quite quick.
Okay.
Maybe
Bit
it's
tough though, right?
maybe it's a whole day walk. We don't go because if you take a whole day to walk out, we
We
won't
got
be
a whole
back
day
in.
to walk back.
Yeah, we won't be back
yeah.
in time to do the work.
No, that makes sense.
And then we'd have to do twice as much the next day, which sucks when you have to work that hard. Pretty chill out here, to be honest. When I was like, and he talks about like when he was very small, he remembers like having to go to school and like wear like stupid uniforms and that kind of stuff. Here, like he's got a pair of shorts and a t-shirt on when he's not being a pretend guard. The thing,
Yeah, I
and
mean,
he's
it looks pretty
chill.
chill life out here.
Has to get up, do his jobs, and food for his mum. Stuff. He's like, but there's some old Portal War stuff. Like, but it's way out, and off-planet folks have been and took whatever was in there a long time ago.
Yeah,
It's
fair enough.
probably the coolest thing. And then obviously you've got Cartel City, and it points back the way you've came.
Yeah. One big city, you see, seen them all.
There's some tribal villages, like 2 or 3 days out. Locals who are here. Obviously, we landed and he waves. They like in the ship, and the cartel folk came from, Coriolis when. But there's folks who were like here before that.
Right.
Like first come, but not really first come, but first come.
Before that.
Yeah, they just lived out here.
Yeah.
Trade with them now and again. They do, they grow some good local veg. We
Okay.
did a lot of trade with them to start with to get like base, and you can see he's thinking like to get like original sort of produce to modify like local indigenous stuff. It's a bit like that, and the other guys they join in and they seem to all get quite into the telling you about how they've got weird plants, that kind of stuff, and it's a bit boring, but
Yeah.
they offer you some of this.
Cool. I'll listen to it all because but I'll be like, okay, interesting, cool. And why like I look around, right, and I look at the ship and I'll be like, why here?
Oh,
Why like here? No, I don't mean the planet. I mean like here. I mean, why not? And I'll point just randomly towards some distant geological feature and be like, why not over there?
This is where Basira picked. I mean,
Okay.
yeah, Basira built the mission. I guess he
Sure.
got the sponsorship and everything to pay the bills. he picked this landing spot. Elam probably, put a bit of information in. Yeah.
Okay.
In fact, they're married.
Cool.
Yeah.
No, I'm just curious. You know,
They seem like
it's interesting. You guys out here in the middle of nowhere, all on your own, trading with a few ancient tribes and things, and fixing up plants and watching out for spiders, and and then you're like, yeah, it's just chill. I'm chill. It's like you're surrounded by things that want to kill you. And I know you've got a cool thing here, right?
yeah. They offer you this liquor. It's not the same juice that they've been drinking at the table. Like, this is definitely shot style stuff that they've got in this
Is this
jug.
Space Australia?
I was going to
Yeah.
say this is Australia. Yes.
Yeah, Space Australia. Third Horizon Australia. But yeah, they offer you
Less
this
uranium.
this
That
liquor
we know of.
to share.
I'll have a bit, and then I'll engage them in idle prattle for
Mhm.
a while.
They just chat. They want to know like what cool sports things and what's like exciting kind of stuff. They ask some like odd questions, like how much is such and such a grain for going in Coriolis? Like really weird sort of specific questions. And one of them will be like,
Okay.
he doesn't care about grain. He makes TV show. He makes vids for the bulletin. Yeah, but he might. Why would he not? That kind of stuff. And they take the mick out of each other, and it's just teenage boys.
Yeah, friends having fun.
Yeah.
Cool.
When it's well past sundown, and a lot of the folks who were at the meal have kind of made their excuses, wandered off, but there's still like Nora and the other folks, some kids who are like asleep on parents' shoulders there.
Or it was probably a bad choice because actually a character.
Yeah, Nora and Nora.
But while Millie's looking that up, we've got less than a day. We've got no plan on how we're killing anybody. Like it's going swimmingly.
Yeah.
We just stab them all in the night,
While
or
you're
poison them.
in the village.
Yep, we just poison and know where they're going to be.
Yeah. While you're sort of there and it's winding down, Shanaz will remember her instantly. It's the young girl, it's not Nur, it's the other young girl that Toran sort of knelt at and was chatting with. They were quite sort of deferential to her. And there was like the elders bench kind of thing. She sort of wanders down. Folks around the sort of area like do kind of move, so she's offer her a nice seat, not the long bench that she'd have to like shimmy down, like an actual seat sort of thing. And Nora sort of stands up and she's like, Iala, welcome. Is it not quite late? I know you like to get up early. Sit down. I can get you something to drink. We have water and juice. You don't have to have any like. And she's sort of like, oh shit, I didn't know you were coming, kind of thing. She's immediately kind of on edge. And the girl sort of stands there and says, no, I will not be needing anything. And she points at Shanaz and says, you wanted our temple? The icons? Like as
Yes, that would be wonderful.
As if she needed to clarify, to the icons. Because I've found it for you. Because they didn't know where it was. I've found it for you. If you would like to come now, or does your custom require you to go another time?
No, whenever is fine. Thank you. That's wonderful.
She like sort of turns around and begins to walk off. And Nora's
Yeah, I'll
like,
go with her.
Nora sits down like, oh, thank goodness. That was a total party kill otherwise. So Shanaz follows this teenage girl. Oh, bless you.
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
Off. Silsila, do you follow her, or are we letting our star?
Yes, I will.
And so like this weird girl like walks ahead, followed by Shanaz. Then Silsila sort of picks up and catches up. Are you coming as well, Yusuf, or are you going to stay with the boys? Stay with the teenagers.
I'm probably not even noticed what they're doing.
Okay, cool. Yeah, walk behind you. So we walk back up to the ship. Past the place, the stage is still there. The chair has been taken off the table, so is the stool and stuff. And the bench that the elders, like, these things have been put away. But the stage is still there because everybody like left, so nobody was doing like the real heavy lifting. And she leads you in, and we sort of know the way a bit because Yusuf mind walked into it. Like, so we're following that kind of route. But where we would have gone like left to the bridge, we go in opposite direction. We go through the insides of the ship, like the upper kind of level of the ship, along, and you can see that there must have been like other offices, other like bays and stuff, but some of these rooms have been cannibalized. Like there's a room that would have had desks of screens and tabulas and that kind of stuff, and now it's just desks. And somebody's got like baskets and like old sort of bits and pieces stashed in it, and what would have been a integral operations for a ship now has just got like barrels of food stored for when the weather gets bad, that kind of stuff. It's like repurposed kind of thing. He leads you along and into the end of this corridor, and the door would ordinarily, if the ship was like in full use, be like the sort of grand kind of double door slides into the wall sort of thing, but it's just open, and you can see that they've got 2 door stoppers to stop it automatically kind of clunking shut, and you can see this circular oval sort of room. There is a fountain in the middle that would have at some point been filled and pouring with water, but now is just dry and empty. Up above there is like a glass ceiling, so you could see out into the stars itself. And she looks at you and is like, "Is this enough? Do you need me for anything?"
I will look a little disappointed. No, this is fine. Thank you.
She sort of she sort of looks at you and looks at Silsila and says, "Good, the darkness was lifted off you. We've consumed you. Shame about your friend. He could have come." She kind of nods a bit, and then
I'm gonna go after her after as the safety talking about.
Yes, I do, but if you want to go after her, I'm going to have a poke around here.
Yeah, I'm just gonna like blather at her about like for any way we can talk to Hanoud. I'll see if she will explain what she meant, and I don't know.
She begins walking off, and you jog to catch up with her. So which do you start with, like the kind of like the darkness thing?
The most standout thing. I'm sort of hoping if she tells me pissed off, then I'm alone in it.
So yeah. So yeah, a couple of doorways up, you sort of like, what do you mean by this darkness? She stops and she goes, well, and she sort of gestures, doesn't turn around. She kind of gestures over her shoulder. Your friend, she was very sick with the darkness inside of her. And your other friend who drinks with the boys, he has a darkness inside of him. You're very lucky. You have no like, what did she say? Like, she's gonna be insulting. Like, you have no extra darkness, no no external darkness over you.
Look her right in the eyes and say, "It's
Yeah. You have nothing over you. You are lucky.
can you help my friend who is less lucky? Is there a way I can help my friend?"
I could help him. I know medicine. And she says medicine. She doesn't say medicurgy. I know medicine. Which to Silsilla would stand out like it's an odd, the same sort of oddness as...
She's not talking.
Yeah, she's talking about weird shit. I know medicine. I could maybe cure him if the icons are willing.
That would be amazing. I don't even know if he knows he's ill. Do you think he knows?
She doesn't answer. She just sort of shrugs.
Could I bring him tomorrow? Should I go and get him now? What?
And then I guess that's where the conversation about being banished comes up. She's like, "No, you've been banished from the village. I can't do anything for you. You need to leave tomorrow morning."
You said you could, and Icon's will, you could come and do it now.
She shrugs. She's like, "No, I must prepare, and you are banished from my village. Why would I help anybody who has trespassed and not arrived in a honourable way?
Oh.
Maybe that was your punishment. The icons have seen the evil disorder in your heart and punished you before you arrived."
What sort of punishment do the Icons out to people who have courts? No fair trial, no appeal?
She's like, "What court wouldn't have a judge?"
Just a judge. No jury.
Well, the judge...
No prosecutors, no defense. Hey, we've decided.
She's confused. Like, why would the judge not decide? Would you rather the Lady of Tears came over to preside? I would not want the Lady of Tears talking about me.
Oh, I'm just saying if we're justice, both sides of it. No?
She's like, "You're crazy."
Right? Nothing. I mean, you just said my friend has darkness in him and you could help him get rid of that. I don't know why you wouldn't. That's confusing to me.
I don't know why one would come to a place that you're clearly not welcome and expect a gentle reception.
Okay, fair enough then. Well, you have a lovely evening, and I will see you later.
She continues off down the stairs and away, leaving you stood, I guess, at the end of the corridor. So you can see lights and stuff up ahead, like around this sort of stairwell, and straight ahead, lights, and there's probably somebody in there. And then
Is that
back
where I came from, or?
Down the stairs is where you came from. You came up a couple of flights of stairs. So down there would be the bay you were held, and then down a few more stairs is like into the open sort of ship.
I think for preference, I would head deep, and I would probably try and do so relatively stealthily.
Okay, so you're going to try and go down and wander off into the bowels of this.
Left me alone after. If I'm not welcome, I'll be very not welcome.
Okay.
I've already been banished, after all.
And Shanaz, this temple to the icons, this chapel to the icons, it's got no power to it, or at least they've not switched the power on for you. It does have like 9 icons, like alcoves. Each of them have got like a small sort of altar space and a painting, or in terms of like the faceless one, it's just a stars, which I think Shanaz had recognized very easily. Like, it's the stars over Dabaran. Like, that's where they've chosen to like represent
The stars of Dabaran.
the stars of Dabaran.
They each have a little name. on them.
Um, yeah, so it's the sort of stars over Debaran that in the faceless alcove kind of thing. It is very dusty, and as you sort of turn around and look, you can see there has been some time this evening invested in moving things, because there are clearly like scuffs and patches on the floor where there's been a lot of dust or things. And possibly some of the bays you've came past on the way across here have had things kind of crammed in them. Like they've not been using this.
Yeah, this was a storeroom until we specifically asked to use it.
Mm-hmm. But it's here.
Okay, I will set to cleaning the dancer's alcove
Mhm.
as an excuse to look busy and like I'm doing something while I investigate the shit out of this room.
Okay, yeah. Make an observation roll. Silsilla, you can make that infiltration roll.
Yep. I am on 6 of the dice.
Very nice. I have got 3 successes.
Nice. And what do you do for your infiltration? Just one. So what's
I
what?
got a lot of 5s, but 1 6.
So many closes, but no. What's Yusuf doing while everybody's off in the ship? Like, it gets to a point, I imagine, where there's like you and Aziz who are still sort of holding it together. One teenager who's clearly asleep on like a post sort of here, and another one who's been like, "Oh, my mum's shouting, I'm gonna go, bye." So there's like basically alone with Aziz again, and some guy who talks about, "No, I'll collect my rice tomorrow." Every now and again.
I gotta say to him, so how far out are those ruins?
He's like, hang on. And he sort of stands up. Does like you can tell he never needs to do like the long route around the piers. He's forever sort of like sort of jumps from one thing over down a couple of levels and comes back with like not a very fancy thing, but it must be like a GPS tabular kind of thing from one of the little boats he's got down here.
Yeah.
And he's got, you watch him. He's like, watch this, kind of showing off a bit because he's got company sort of thing. And then he makes his way back with this little GPS tabular, and he kind of sits there with you, and he goes, "All right, so this is us here." And he scoots in a lot, and he goes, and you can see like the several day journey to this is Cartel City here. This is us.
Yep.
And then he brings it back in a bit. You can see a couple of dots around. Some of them are marked like trap numbers. Trap 7, like the catching stuff. And then he marks, and it's like,
are there any marks on there that as he's zooming in and out, let's say
ancient,
like
evil headquarters,
evil
X,
secret sarcophagus? No, but like there are marks that aren't named or have like strange, odd, nothing here.
We are just putting this sensor marker out for no reason. You could make an observation roll while he's scooting around and being like, so this is where we're in.
Here we go. Observation. Got 1 on that. And I got 4 wits. That's 5 dicerinos. And I got nothing.
So I guess
so
there
push it real good.
Oh, you could push it, yeah. You could push it and
Yeah, Graham didn't, so I'm gonna do it. Here we go.
Good.
That's better. I got 1.
Okay. So there are a lot of things on it that aren't marked like when you're far away, like as a whole sort of thing. You realize they have quite an extensive set of sensors out. So they probably knew you were coming like quite a way out.
Sure.
Some of them have got like, they've got like battery indicators on them or something on this. They are going out like, miles and miles.
Sure.
Kind of thing. There are and he points to where the ruins are.
Mhm.
And there are some sensors around there as well, like where he's got. And then bringing it back, like maybe half a day away. There are a bunch of sensors, but one of them I think you spot is it's almost patchy, and it's like when he zooms
There's
out.
some sort of interference.
Yeah, so when he zooms out, it's not there, but when he zooms in, you can see it kind of just going, beep kind of
Yeah.
thing. And he's like, if he spins it so he can show you what's on the north side of this thing, it disappears, whereas the other ones sort of kind of
Sure.
thing. And so
Yeah, take a mental note.
whatever he's kind of, at some point it must be like hooked up to a satellite or something that's coming into the ship, and then the ship is transferring the data. So wherever he's sort of turning it around, only
Mhm.
like kind of registers it from this satellite, not that satellite kind of thing. Whereas everything else seems to have multiple connections. But yeah, the ruins are like a good sort of day or so out, like miles and miles out the way, but are along like this marsh kind of, what would it be, like a delta, a river, a tributary sort of thing? I'm not a geographer. So they're out along that way. But this dodgy sensor, if you will, is about halfway along on the
Okay.
side of some sort of hill, mountain up
Mhm.
thing, tor, if you will. That's a good word. But they're on that. And he's like, okay. And then over here, like, and he, like his mate who's snoring next to him.
And sorry, the ruins, is that
Mhm.
where the patchy one is?
Yeah, that's
or is
where the
that
patchy one is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then he talks about how his mate who's snoring, it was sort of half dating a girl from this village out this way, but that sort of stuff. Like
Swamp girls. Oh man.
yeah, girls. And he was saying like sometimes like he was, and then he starts showing you like the routes they
Is
do.
he a bit drunk?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd be like, man, let's go. Let's go now, man. Let's go. It sounds cool. Let's go see it.
It's dark though.
Well, I've
Oh.
got a light, and I'll like turn on like a little tiny like phone light type thing. I've got a light, it's cool. Actually, I've got a flare. Look, I've got a flare in my pocket.
Oh, you do, don't you? It's like
Yeah,
Got a torch, got a flare. Don't need to worry about death spiders with those.
got a flare. Yeah, I've got a flare. I've got a proximity sensor. There you go. If anything gets close, we'll know.
I feel like you should make a manipulation roll.
I'm not sure you actually want to see.
You can have an extra dice
It's a flight.
because he's
It's a flight
drunk.
of fancy. That
The
suddenly-
session where Yusuf does the manipulation roll and Shanaz tries to use psychic powers.
I know, right?
Let's go.
I rolled 3 6s.
How's it?
Yeah.
Anyway, see you
Oh
later.
man.
So you go to Az. I've got a torch. I've got a flare, and he's like, oh, I can go and get my dad's long rifle,
Cool.
and we can
Let's
go.
We'll just wait for the other two, and then we'll go, right?
No, we should just go now. Come on, before it like.
Well, you go and get the rifle.
All right, so he gets up and he runs back and he's like so.
I'm gonna
subtle.
go and find them.
The guy who's
have we got any kind of communicator?
We still had our little
Yeah, you've
problems.
probably got your phones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna call them. Group chat.
All right. So in a few moments we'll get to the group chat.
Sure.
But so Shanaz, you're tidying up this room, this chapel, specifically the dancer's altar. And you find like it's very old.
I'm kind of looking for beast indicators more than
Yeah.
anything else.
It has been used at some point. Must have been like when they first came out here or on the way or that kind of stuff. Because there are little bits, like if you move some of the old carpet, like you can find, offerings or notes and stuff that have been left. things for the different icons and that kind of stuff. And there is just in the altar, and it's old and brittle. It looks like it's made out of plants, kind of like leaf sort of what is it, raffia kind of thing, woven, made itself. This little dragon made out of these things on the dancer's altar, and somebody with either a pen or maybe they've singed it, kind of like they've stained it in some way, drawn like the thorn motif. That the lady who brought you in, this she sort of has kind of tattooed or hennaed or stained on her skin as well, and it's there. It's quite, it's a good 5 or 6 inches kind of thing. Very sort of folded and practiced kind of thing. But it's old. It's quite delicate and stuff because it's been in this ship for so long. The ship is very air conditioned, kind of sort of thing. And yeah, you find this. There are like other like pressed flowers and thorn, rose style things pressed here for her as well, for the dancer and that kind of stuff. Casting your kind of attention wider, you'd expect nothing to be on the faceless. Nobody sort of chances any attention from them. But the gambler should have some stuff here. You'd have thought the deckhand, given their like agriculture and kind of base, would have a bunch of things, even if it's just like old nuts and bolts, like your bits box. Like they often are.
The gambler does have a dark aspect as well, doesn't it? It's the ensnarer.
Yeah, I mean, on like culture-wise, all the sort of planets in the horizon have the old sort of versions of the icons. A lot of them, people kind of argue, well, that was just what they called the icons before they realized. And some of the more Zenithian kind of folks are like, oh, they've just stolen the religion to make it Church of the Icons. Totally legit. So there's a lot of debate over whether that's what's the right answer, but none of the other, like there's nothing really like, you might find a nut or a bolt, but nothing like obvious. The gambler, there's maybe an old Debaran coin kind of letter or gambling token or something, but there isn't really.
But basically the others have barely been touched, and this one has actually been used, and quite clearly.
Yeah, used with intent is, I think, probably the thing.
Yeah.
Shanaz was like, somebody's made an offering rather than left crap for the icon.
Yeah.
He's gone to deliberate time away. Like in the same sort of way Yusuf makes his little talismans. Like time and energy goes into making them, whereas the offering on the deckhand is like somebody's, oh, I found this screw, I better give it to the deckhand, kind of thing. And then the other icons like the merchant and that kind of stuff. Nothing really.
Yes. That's quite telling.
You got 2 successes, Silsilla? 1.
Me,
Just 1. So you make your way down a level, past the initial kind of place where you were originally held. You sort of go around further into the ship. It's quite dark. You're moving quite quietly and carefully. It does seem like there is somebody's living room on this this level. Like what was probably something akin to your canteen on the Kudapatilla is now somebody's like living room kind of area. There are sort of tabulars on a table. There is couch, like a low couch and carpets, and a bigger screen at the end of the room. Not so much sort of plates and cups and things, but definitely like washing up and lived in kind of thing. Moving on a little bit further, there's like what was probably a communal bathroom or something. Now you can see parts of it aren't being used just through like it's quite far away, but nearby you can see like obviously like washcloths and toiletries kind of closer to the door sort of thing. On the opposite side there's like a stasis coffin sort of suite of 5 kind of rooms, five kind of cabins sort of thing. And then further up, it looks like it was either... No, actually, further up, the doors are closed, and it has Captain Al-Saraf written on the door.
Well, I wish I had me some James Bond spy gadgets. Okay, no worries then. If I try and listen, is there any noise?
There's no noise, no.
Okay.
There's like as you listen, there's not even like the hum of lights or anything. It's like quiet. You can't hear anybody's. Yeah, it's not in use.
Door open then.
You sort of kind of push on the door. Okay, so you go to kind of push on the door sort of thing.
I'm quite good with tech. So
there's actually like one of those sort of open
Okay.
the door, so like a toggle kind of thing. And you push it and the door opens. There's somebody's like bedroom in there. The bed is made, big double bed. There's a desk on one side. You see he's got a couple of plants and a tabular station rather than the portable ones. So it's obviously networked into the ship rather than around. He probably has like a flashing light on it. There's some things that obviously or at least the style looks similar to things that maybe Shanaz would favor to remind her of home. Like there's a definite Debaran kind of edge to this room. But it's very, it's tidy. There's like wardrobes and boxes and drawers and that kind of stuff going on. Somebody's bedroom.
Steal all his pants. See how they feel about banishing us then.
I mean, I was thinking about left socks.
I was waiting for that.
Ooh, malicious.
Just
Do it.
socks. And then as you're sort of like open a drawer and there's all his pants kind of thing, what's the message that comes through, Pete? What does Yusuf send?
Hey, anyone want a trip out to some ancient ruins to find a buried sarcophagus?
Casual like.
I type back, is the one?
Is this like a whole crew message or just ground
It's-
crew?
Just local.
The away team.
yeah.
Just the away team.
Yes.
All right.
So yeah, just as you're sort of like looking and wondering whether you could gather, how many pants could you gather up? And then Shanaz, just as you're like sort of like got a poker chip, a bolt, and a beautifully made dragon kind of thing. All of your things go beep, and it's
Yeah, I don't have any like spy gear or anything. Guess we don't. So, okay. I will go back the way. I'll close the cabin behind me.
okay. So you leave. So you're you're not like yes. You're obviously like I need to get to Yusuf to make sure he's not already gone.
Well,
OMW,
was quite worried about you. So apparently, the thorn witch got the darkness in him that Silsila used to have.
How certain are you
Of the
that
darkness.
it's the sarcophagus? I mean,
80%.
Well, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
we've only got a day. You're right. And if we go there, they'll have to come to us.
Yes. Cool. I resist the urge to spray gone fishing on the nearest wall or that guy's door.
Just in the pen, like just in the gone fishing. So you all are like, all right, we're in. Sort of meet
Looks like.
me at the pier for this incredibly sensible night trip in a boat
Quick.
Yeah,
Go
piloted
Operation Chaos.
that's
by
not
a
gonna
drunk
ride or die
teenager
here.
who's just got his dad's rifle.
Well, can we get?
Oh no, Silsilla can pilot it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Drunk teenager can point.
worth trying to recover our sniper rifle. Are they locked away? I don't know what Forerunners has done with them.
I think
they
it's all locked
weren't-
away, isn't it?
Yeah, they weren't available. Like as you've come past the cells, you were there. They weren't like your cases weren't there. You know, some hours ago they were there because it's where you got your toiletries out. So they've moved them.
Yeah, no worries. Let's go and join.
Okay.
I'm going to message you separately and say, you know, the Thorn Witch says that you've got dark in you. As you said.
It's a bit rude, isn't it?
I don't know. It was weird rather than rude. It's dead
Yeah,
serious.
I've got I've suspected since those creatures. We fought those creatures in the cargo bay. It
Oh.
wasn't. Yeah, it's
Like-
been a bit.
Actually, you're right then.
I don't know. I felt like the contact, the wound left something behind.
So she can.
Yeah, I don't trust anyone here.
Me neither. But if she can do it, others can.
Sure.
Yeah, like the healers on Mirror who fixed it for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I offered it to Yusuf as well, and he was like, "Oh no, I don't trust them.
I mean, to
Yeah,
be fair,
yeah.
Silsilla doesn't know that.
They're too posh." Yeah.
All right, so let's find another whatever.
I like my lesions. Thank you very much.
I love coughing up black snot into hankies.
It's great.
Classy.
Cool.
Okay, so we are going to agree it's Yusuf's well thought out trip.
I mean, it's a lot less time with the boat, day to walk there.
And in fairness to Yusuf, I did say to both of them that part of the plan to avoid being presciently worked out was
To be random.
to be random and chaotic with what we're choosing to do.
Cool.
And I'm nothing if not random.
That is very true.
Okay, so we sort of leave the colony ship. Do you bring the little
Hang on, when are we supposed to kill them?
tomorrow. Nightfall tomorrow.
Well, hopefully they'll follow us into the ruins and then we can have a battle away from the village.
That's my thinking. They'll come to us if we've got their sarcophagus.
And their son.
Yeah. I mean, there's bound to
And
be
as
some-
is the poor.
Sounds really horrible.
We're leaving him out of it. He's getting put to sleep.
Go to sleep.
No.
Oh, too late, sorry.
Nothing but kind to it.
I'm joking. I'm not. He's my buddy. He's going to come with us.
All right, so when you get back, like Az is on the pier, near the boat, he's got his dad's long rifle, which you folks can immediately see as like tech below, the bolt action, but he's like rounds and rather than charges and that kind of stuff. He's got essentially like a mosquito lantern kind of thing in his hand. Also the jug of hooch. And he stood there on the end of the pier over this barge that he got the GPS out of, doing a little bit like, oh, I've been stood up. Like, where's my buddy gone?
Hey.
And he spins around when Yusuf's like, hey, and I've got the rifle. Let's go.
Take him with us, woman.
Oh, I'm going to kidnap everyone. Oh, no.
Nothing.
I mean, consistently thus far, everyone we've kidnapped, we have then paid for them to go to university or something.
Hello, I'd like to go to the universities.
Oh, fuck yeah, let's make that happen.
Hell yeah.
I would
Does that mean we wouldn't have like weird random animals in
in stasis.
Sleepy Bay too?
Secret Bay too, yeah. Hello, I'd like to go to university. Thank you, bye. But yeah, he's like, hey, yeah, if we go now, we could probably be there by,
Tuesday.
yeah. What's a Tuesday? Is it a meal?
Sure.
Next week. So he gets into the boat. He wobbly a bit because he's a bit drunk. He starts to unhook, but then he realizes he needs to also let you folks get on. He's a bit excited and a bit like, I don't know.
I'll sit down in the driver's seat. Drink, I'll drive.
Finger guns come out, or whatever the Third Horizon equivalent is. He loads up the GPS. He offers a hand to help Shanaz into the boat because she's a pretty posh lady kind of thing.
Delicate princess. Yeah.
Yeah.
I will steady him as I get into the boat because he's shit-faced and I'm not.
Yeah.
But he'll feel like a big man for doing it.
Sorry, do we need to wait for you to go and get some like bikinis or bathing outfits or anything?
No.
Okay, we're going off-brand. That's excellent.
And he at least has the sense to get the paddles out. He's not going to start the motor in town because he doesn't want to get shouted at. And there's at some point along this, you realize, when he was talking to you about going to visit the Swamp Girl, like his mate Swamp Girl, they've probably done this to go and meet with the other girls from the other. So he's he pushes the boat out. You can still.
He's a romantic at heart.
Yeah, romantic teenage boy.
He's a teenager looking for a hooker.
Yeah. You can still see his other mate
That's what I
asleep on the
said.
edge of the pier, like as you sort of push out of town.
That's good.
Oh, I might pop the dragon into Sleepy Boy's hand.
Put it in there. Before you get there.
No, the one that's asleep on the dock.
Oh, you're just going to leave the little dragon from the altar?
I'm going to leave the dragon from the altar in his hand after showing it to the other two. Pop it in that boy's hand, and then when he wakes up, you're like, "Huh?"
Crunch, drop in the water.
So they'll know where we've gone, and they might take the dragon as it isn't there.
The thing, and I can't remember whether Silsila told anybody, but it does remind you of Fruit Ninja as combat armor.
Oh, yeah, we did that last time, yeah, because his name's written down on the back of my sheet.
Yeah.
Darla.
Darla. It does remind you of Darla's like painted designs on his stuff. And
And
then
I have left a note somewhere that says, "Gone to ruins. See you in 2 days."
Later.
yeah, where did you leave it? Who did you leave it with? What did you leave it on?
When I went to go and get my jacket, I left it in Aziz's.
Just on Aziz's couch.
Yeah.
Okay. On his bed or something.
No, just on the couch
where
someone will see it when they walk in.
Okay. And then we push out the village. We paddle quietly for a bit. Aziz is like, all right, so this is a weird bit as you kind of pass through the displacement field.
So get wibbly.
It's sort of, it's like static electricity that sort of moves over you. And he's probably learned like
close my eyes.
Some sort of like, if you put your hand in the field but you touch somebody who's not in the field, they get like a massive static charge or something daft, as teenagers would learn. Or if you do that and then you put your hand on the water, like the water sort of
lick your finger and do it.
Yeah, that kind of stuff as they move out of it. And he paddles, or like you paddle with him.
Yeah.
For about 40 minutes, like a good way out. And he's like, no, we have to do it till we get to. And he's obviously referencing a specific sort of landmark that, unless you can make survival sort of rolls, or if you want. But it's something like he and the other teenagers, or him and folks who come this way quite often know, it's the tree that's got the extra moss hanging off it rather than the naked tree, whatever. Some sort of reference 40 odd minutes down the kind of waterway, where he then takes away puts the paddles in, starts up like the little engine, and sort of passes the navigation tabula over to Silsila.
Then they have to.
Yeah, loop to loop, barrel roll. Yeah.
Everyone sort of silts like towards the back of the bow as you sort of rip it open.
Yeah, on the speedboat. Sorry, James Mason God. Get all the references. So,
And I'll keep a watch out back just in case.
so Scylla, make I guess it would be make a piloting roll.
Okay. One.
So this these portal ruins that you've told as you're going to, they are a day's journey on the boat. Like it is a long trek on the boat. What Yusuf has either messaged you about or sort of quietly told you, this glitchy kind of sensor is halfway, or just a smidgen over halfway out. So it would take about half a day. You will be there probably around sunrise, like when it's getting light, kind of thing.
I mean, go there. What we need, not carry on. I mean, I don't know how we're going to kill 8 people in a coordinated attack with like one pistol between the 3 of us. But it seems fine.
Don't you know where there's a secret cache of weapons?
I don't think it's in the middle of the lake.
Oh, that's true.
But yes, I do.
Can't they drop it where we're going?
No, it's already buried.
Yeah, they have already dropped it.
Oh.
I don't think you'd need a roll to sort of do it. It's a question of whether you want to, between you, sort of, what, like, I guess if Silsilla is kind of concentrating on piloting the boat, Shanaz is kind of looking back. Like, between the 3 of you, are you going to try and subtly work out a route that would include going to this cache of weapons?
Oh, yeah, that sounds good.
But what are you going to
think that-
say to Az, who knows this route? Like, he does this route quite...
Yeah, but he's pissed and he's going to want to go to sleep at some point.
Okay.
And if he keeps drinking, he's going to pass out.
Yeah. Let's give him a bit more.
Weapon-wise, what do we have on us?
Yes.
Just like, I've got an accelerated pistol. One of you's got a cricket or something.
I have a pair of binoculars, an emergency flare, a hyper rope, and a proximity sensor.
All right, MacGyver.
I've got integrated mercurium claws that I can extend at will, and I've learnt the war dance of the dancer.
We'll hide behind you.
She is the beast.
It is becoming the beast,
I
exactly.
mean, do you want to go by the weapon cache? Bearing in mind, I have no idea what's in it. I don't trust slightest. We could also hit it on the way back as well.
I left a note telling them where we're going, so they might be following us at some point.
Okay. I guess we could vote them. Yusuf, what do you vote?
Oh, I think this is captain's choice.
Yeah,
Unless you want to do it that way.
No, I think we should
I don't
vote.
know military strategy very well. It
I mean,
just strikes me that
Bigger
armed is better
guns,
than
more
not.
ammo is always good. If you think we're going to be in a fight,
I think that's the hope.
Yeah, we want to
Alright.
be in a fight, right? So we need the weapons.
okay, cash it is then. I don't like trusting Nadina.
Okay.
Like, normally free guns are like, yeah, free guns, but
But
free
we don't have
guns
to keep them.
from Nadina. Well, it's whether she's put tracking devices on them and all sorts of shit.
Yeah,
I
right
suppose-
now, let's worry about one thing at
Yeah, we
one thing
can
at a
chuck
time.
them in the lake when we're getting on the ship.
Yeah, exactly.
Blow
Alright.
them up. It happens all the time in the vids. They
Overloads.
overheat, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, sure.
like it.
All right.
Shanaz probably thinks that cars explode if you shoot them once.
Pew, pew,
Mhm.
boom. So the weapons cache is in a place that's relatively easy to get to from the village if you, instead of going straight out the village, went over there. The map that Yusuf has got for you, you can sort of do a loop, but if the ruins are straight ahead, they're over to the right. You'll have to kind of go like
Yeah, adds a bit of time on the journey.
adds a big sort of loop into it, kind of thing. And whereas you'd probably get there around sort of sunrise kind of thing, now you're getting them like mid-morning, kind of a few no, very light, which if you're going to sneak in and be sort of pokey is potentially harder because you haven't got that sort of twilight dark kind of thing. And folks would, if
I'm
they
not worried about things being at the ruins, though, right? Apart from maybe some sort of horrible creature that might dismember us. And
Mhm.
if that's the case, then it's probably better if it's light. Then I can see what the fuck I'm doing. I think we should risk it and get the weapons. They might be quite cool weapons. And then get there and prepare.
I'm tempted the other way, but we literally don't have we have one gun between the three of us, and it's a pistol. So
I vote guns.
okay, how about guns as well?
I was just going to sit it out unless it became a tiebreaker situation.
Okay, can this boat go faster?
You're driving it, of course it can go faster.
You could.
There seem to have been these afterburners appearing somewhere.
Oh yeah, the afterburners.
Just get...
It's probably like if you wanted to make a technology roll, see if you can
Don't break the boat.
I'll remap the engine. It's fine. I do actually have threes. I didn't know whether I'd be fixing my own ship or not. So.
Oh, okay.
And then we got cursed, and I was never allowed to touch it.
Yeah, no, don't. No, coffee does not go through engine. No.
I mean, it makes me go faster, Kirsch. So.
No. Plasma in the coffee machine is bad. Bad.
One success on 8 dice.
One success. Do you like to push it to try and get more?
I think that'll be fine because, it's still faster, isn't it? So.
Has a point of darkness been used?
Yes.
2 of them have actually.
2 of them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Do I give one back?
Uh-oh. No, I was just making sure I saw right.
Yeah, no, yeah, I'm pretty sure it went up to 18.
Yeah. I've used 2 darkness points to.
Oh, we'll find out, won't we?
Yeah. These is the darkness.
So you don't sort of. Obviously, it's reasonably maintained. You kind of tinker with it a little bit. You'll maybe get a bit better speed out of it. It's probably going to use up a bit more of the fuel quicker.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting miracles. Turn into a submarine for me.
No, but it'll definitely pick up the speed. You're not going to gain more than maybe an hour over the journey, but
okay, to be fair. So
yeah. So you pootle along, kind of. And then I think, yes, I will do this.
I'm going to. Oh, sorry.
Sorry. You're gonna. What's Yusuf going to do on this hour, many-hour journey?
Activate the proximity sensor, which in its active mode covers extreme range in forests. So I assume that would kind of cover this. Hidden objects. Hidden objects and threats require a skilled sensor operator to spot. The sensor allows the operator to test technology to find hidden things in their surroundings. It's easier to spot when it's active because it's got it opens up, I assume, or something. But you can link it to a tabula, which we now have, right? And now I want to try and attach the sensor to the map. 14
darkness points to make it the wrong OS. No. It's a Linux.
For the benefit of Ben, we've gone from 18 to 14.
I saw that dropped pretty fast.
I would like you
this is fine.
To
mutant crocodiles.
Test survival for me, please.
Oh, here's one I haven't done before.
Yeah, but what if I don't want to?
And it's referring me to an other book.
Oh, good.
Oh dear.
Can I have the first book? I think it's
Yeah.
I've got the PDF open if you need me.
Big fat 0.
0, so that's a fail. Would you like to push your roll?
Yeah, I'm going to push it because this sounds like I might want to pass it. Right. Anyone mind if I
concur.
push?
Push away. I got 1 success.
Oh, no. Nothing.
Nothing.
There comes part 1.
Yep, that's it. Merci beaucoup.
Bit of glamorous assistance if I can see where the camera is.
Ooh.
Mm.
Merci of the icons. A cuddly toy.
What could it be? It's a horrible darkness monster.
All right.
You've got your darkness points. They're safe. Now let's see what you could have won.
That was very good.
We're in a speedboat.
Already won it.
All right. How did
Yeah.
how did Silsila's survival?
1, which I think
One.
was my original answer, and then I was like, not all the way sure now because I was looking for a book. I got a 1. Maximum number of successes on about 4 rolls.
All
Well,
right.
the good news is that we've got Yusuf here as our danger sponge.
Yusuf, me and you are going to make an opposed
Ooh.
roll.
Oh, that sounds fun.
This
Oh,
is against
Mystic powers?
no strength.
oh.
Oh, horse. Yeah. Okay.
Are you quite
Okay.
hench?
I've got strength 3, force 1.
Okay.
Force count for this?
No, it's
No.
just strength.
Just
it's an
strength.
attribute test.
Priscilla's got 4
Oh my
dice.
god. Who does attribute tests? Harsh. Right. 3 dice.
Giant
then.
alligators. That's who does attribute
Yeah,
tests.
yeah. I'm
Maybe
going to
it's a
fall out the
rock
boat.
Guy is going to drag you up.
Have they mutated all the animals to make Dungeons and Dragons monsters?
Yeah.
That'd be
They've cast
amazing.
entanglement.
That is what the
Right.
plan is. They're making
Right, I've rolled.
Chult. I have 2 successes.
I have 3 dice and no successes. I don't think I'm going to push because I don't think I can
Perfect.
beat you. Yeah.
Okay. So you
Can I use
take.
gambler's talent to get 3 successes?
Ooh.
No, I'm not going to do that. I need that for the sarcophagus or something. So,
Okay.
well yeah, I'm just going to take 10 damage.
Wait, don't we have survivors?
We don't know what each talent we do, but we don't know what it is.
Oh, what does the survivor's talent do?
It lets you survive some kind of natural
It's
disaster.
a free environmental dodge.
Oh, okay.
So something from the environment does something to you. You get like a free dodge from it.
I don't know. I don't think it means creatures and beasts. It's like your ship
this is very much
depressurized.
an environmental situation. Let's
Okay.
just.
You can get out of a dangerous situation somehow connected to nature, such as a brush fire or explosive decompression. The whole group escapes the danger. The GM gets 1 darkness point per use. 1 use per session for the whole group.
Okay.
Not once per PC.
But given that we're on session 32 and we've never used it,
We might have done it when we were trying to apply the blockades at one point.
Yeah, we were
That's
thinking about
true.
them.
yeah.
All right, so I'll explain what's about to happen. So there are a lot of bugs. Yusuf is about to be bitten and contract some kind of jungle fever, which will give him
Survivors!
4 points of damage and also reduces strength by 1.
As fun as that sounds,
I mean,
I
make
think I
friends with-
whip out a can of insect repellent and we all get coated and we survive. And the can, litter bug that I am, goes in the swamp.
Where you go?
It's empty.
Aziz is already snoring in the front of the thing, like. He seems to be unbothered by the local bugs, either because he's probably been bitten too much or They're like, oh no,
Wow.
we've eaten him a
4
lot.
damage and
Four-
-1 strength.
4 damage and -1 strength.
Would that reduce my total hit points?
It is a D&D monster. It's got strength drain.
It's like a sturge.
Fat mosquito. Yum, yum,
Yeah.
yum, yum, yum. All right, so we don't contract jungle fever, which is a relief.
Excellent.
Now it's giant crocodile time.
Yeah.
Yes. You used your survivors on the weak hazard. Ha ha.
Landfall. All right, so we don't get jungle fever. We made a piloting roll, so we get our way. Some of it is tough going. Like we don't pick the most. It was a single success rather than it was a limited success rather than like a standard or a critical. So there are some points where do we have some, like, I'm sure Aziz wouldn't leave our house without a machete of some kind. But there are some points where we have to like hack at bits because we're trying to go to the weapons
I just
cache.
look expectant.
No, they're a secret.
Bloody jungle.
And as it starts to get like light, A, it looks beautiful with this sunrise. B, we suddenly realize there's a lot of bloody cobwebs around here. And C, we can see like the damage this drop pod of stuff has made as it's like re-entry crashed into the jungle and like made a small kind of dent in the canopy and dent in the ground. But yeah, we find it. We're gonna have to park or like bring the boat and get out and walk over a little bit of climb through some trees and some bushes and that kind of stuff. But you can see like this beep 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 thing. And as it is quite late, we will find out what's in the box. What's in the box?
What's in the box?
Next week. And go.
Paltrow's head.
Yeah, Gwyneth Paltrow's. Gwyneth Paltrow's head
Spoilers.
candle, and earwax linoleum. I don't know. It's from Goop.
Yeah. You kept it quite tame there, considering it's Scoop.
Yeah. T's and C's of Twitch and YouTube. But yeah, next week we'll find out what we've been given.
What the
And
other two?
maybe
Does anybody know what the 3 seashells are for?
yeah, who knows? And then we'll go to wherever this dodgy sensor is, and hopefully it'll be fine. It'll all be fine. And Aziz will be
amazing.
confused at why we're not going to see his other girl.
We've got a giant, like, I'm imagining it's like that bit in XCOM where you suddenly step up to like the giant armor and
Mhm.
guns, and we're like suddenly tooled up.
I'll take the serpent.
Okay. You've killed the Snake King. But yeah, thank you very much for playing Coriolis with me. I nearly said Dungeons and Dragons then because we were talking about Sturges. It's been a distracting night, folks. But yeah, thank you very much for playing Coriolis with me. I'm going to play some Dungeons and Dragons tomorrow. It's okay. And thank you very much for joining us on Twitch. If you aren't joining us on Twitch and you're listening on the podcast or on YouTube, also thank you very much.
We
Please,
like that.
yeah, we love you too. Leave a comment on the YouTube so we know you're there, and come and join us on the Discord if you listen to the podcast, and tell us. 'Cause I always like it when people join the Discord server and go, "Oh, I found a podcast, yay!"
Mm.
Join us on the Discord anyway. Just come and join. But
Yes.
what is it, like 900 people? Did I see the other day?
No, 700.
700. It's like 790 something. That's probably where I'm getting the things. It's like a fairly chunky community going on there. Like,
Yeah.
like
it's great.
Thembashord. There you go. There's a D&D reference.
Yeah.
Oh,
Thembashord. Little fat
the
dragon
fat dragon. Yeah.
rolls onto all the heroes.
Yeah.
Um,
Slides sideways down the slope. That's
yeah.
great. I love that bit.
for this sort of conversation and more, definitely come and join us on the Discord.
This high-end intellectual discussion.
Yeah.
Let us know your thoughts on Marmite and scrambled eggs. Yeah. If you want more RPG content, perhaps come and join us on Patreon, where we have more serious content, like the ship.
Do we?
Yeah, no, we've got like
Oh, yes, yeah,
Dodeca,
yep.
We've-
Dodeca was-
For some money, we will not talk shit.
yeah, for some money you can have
Got a load
sensible
of
content.
traveller stuff on
Traveller
there.
things on there.
recently.
There's
Loads of free stuff.
the ship from that Kirsch and Adia are looking after, and you're never going to get back
Mhm.
because they're going to take the capybara somewhere else. That's up on there with some of the art from the previous season. I have to look at getting art for.
I think Capybara Mutiny. I think we're going to come back. And Kirsch and
Oh,
Adia would have been kicked
Kirsch
off
and
the
Adia
ship.
would never play us like
and the,
that.
And the no, they've been kicked off the ship by the
Oh, I
capybara
see,
and
the
they've taken
capybara.
over.
Yeah.
Like the penguins in Madagascar.
I need to write down that one-page RPG, Chaos and Capybara, don't I?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Run
right.
that for a session.
That'd be great.
Find out what happens on the ship.
Okay.
When you, get like, but yeah, for all that kind of stuff, we've got Patreon free stuff, not free stuff. Every bit of support, whether it's just a retweet or a comment or $1
I like.
is wonderful. It is Tuesday. Tomorrow is Warhammer Wednesday.
Indeed. Yes, with Deathwatch Inquisitors Fall. And there's
Um,
guns and armor and giant dudes all blowing shit up. And it's all getting, exciting and testosterone-y straight away. But it's Space Marines. So, hey.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then
Like
what's
the fourth gland, isn't it? The extra testosterone gland.
the testosterone? And then what's happening on Thursday? One Ring?
One Ring.
Has the dwarf turned up yet?
No, lazy dwarf.
I just want a letter at the end to arrive and be like, oh, I've solved this for you. And they're like, yeah, we went on a whole adventure.
We did a whole quest.
You sent us a letter. Sent us lore by post. A hobbit turns up.
Yeah, that's going so well. We definitely don't have an evil kinslaying elf murdering sword currently being stolen from an elf by a human, because last time we let the elf hold it, he nearly turned into a kinslayer
Oh,
and butchered a bunch of wood elves. But we managed to diffuse that situation. And we didn't fight any spiders in Mirkwood
Oh,
because I'm that good at reading maps.
wow.
even Mirkwood, bro.
Expectations subverted.
Mm.
Nice. Good effort with that map.
Yep.
That's awesome. If you want to know like backstories to all them, they're on YouTube. You can go and catch stuff out and catch up and leave. Yeah, I think I've mentioned everything enough times. Like I think everybody knows now. It's like
Redbubble.
Redbubble. Oh yeah, we have stuff on Redbubble. What else is there?
Throw pillows.
Throw pillows. I think we could probably go and switch on the bath curtains if somebody wants bath curtain map character sheet.
It's OnlyFans.
Didn't know about that one. But yeah, come and join us on the Discord for all these shenanigans. This is definitely Discord chatter. But it's been a pleasure, folks. I'm looking forward to playing next week. Let's play the Musaa Kula ad and go away. Bye, folks. Bye.
There it is.